Hello and welcome to Cold Beers and Curveballs. We are fucking back for the 2018 season.
Yeah, we are.
It is the best day of winter because
Best day of winter because spring is right around
spring
the
is
corner.
right around the corner, and pitchers and catchers reported for some teams. Pretty much everybody will be back on Valentine's Day, which is tomorrow, and it's Fat Tuesday, and we're at Ron's
tomorrow's
place.
Ash Wednesday, so don't call into work and say, it's Valentine's Day, I need off. Call into work and say, it's religious, I need Ash Wednesday off.
Right, I gotta go get smudged on the head.
And then you can have like an all-day date with your whomever.
Right, with MLB Network, because you're fucking finding out about the pitchers and catchers reporting.
Oh, nice. All-day date with MLB Network. I like
All
it.
day, that's what I'm doing.
Chase
No,
is calling
we're
into
at
work. You
Ron's
heard it here
place.
first.
It's Chase and Corey, and we are back with 2018 season, and it's Cold Beers and Curveballs' first episode back. That's an actual episode because Corey flaked out on me, and I had to go all the way to fucking Tennessee to find a fill-in. Jeremy Mitchell
shut
from
up.
Mitchell Bat Company.
Corey
called
didn't
you.
flake out on you.
He called you Courtney.
Yeah, he did.
He called you
He's
Courtney.
going to have to pay for that.
Right? No.
And
So,
by pay for that, he's never going to be on the show again.
whatever. We're gonna actually talk about him for 30 seconds.
Chase,
'cause-
why don't you ever turn my volume up so I
Dude,
can
your
actually
volume
hear
is
you?
all the way up, man.
Man,
I don't know what you want me to do.
I need you to talk louder or something.
I don't know. Corey,
Okay.
Corey made a
All
friend
right.
earlier named
I can hear you.
Beverly.
Beverly wanted to join our show real hard.
Beverly was all about it. Some little bald-headed guy came up and motorboated. It was fucking Ron's place.
Oh, Ron's place, anything goes in Addison, right?
Addison, Texas, yes.
No, let's see. Baseball's right around the corner.
Baseball's
and,
not right around the corner at this point. Baseball's here.
Baseball's here.
Spring training starts today.
Yeah, but
for
why does
some
it feel so
clubs.
funny, Chase?
I don't know. Because
It doesn't feel right because nobody's been signed, Chase.
dude, I know we will talk about that, but
That's the most
so we
important
do
start.
have
Let's
something
get
to
into
talk
that. Boom.
Pitchers and catchers report today and tomorrow, the 13th and 14th. Yu Darvish to the Cubs signed a 6-year deal. What was it, $126 million?
Yeah, about 22 per year, I think.
Right.
Is what I was calculating in my head.
Jake Arrieta and JD Martinez, two of the big hot names, still on the
Lots.
stove right now. And
That stove's been cold all off season.
right, and Esteban Loaiza
Loaiza
will be on next season of Narcos after he got busted with 44 pounds of heroin and coke in San Diego, which isn't his first time to be in because when he was filing for divorce, his wife died in a plane crash. I don't think it's anything connected, but who knows? So with that, we will get into our first segment.
All I do is win, no matter what. Got money on my mind, I can never get enough. And every time I step up in the building, everybody hands go up. And they stay there.
So yeah, we are into our who is winning right now, and I will tell you who is not winning.
You already have the Astros themes going?
The Astro theme, yeah, the Astros are gonna fucking
we don't even have, literally not a single pitch has been thrown to
Yeah,
start
Astros are
spring
still
training,
gonna
and you're
fucking
already like, Astros are winning.
I'll tell you who is not winning this year and this offseason was the free agents. As of about 2 weeks ago, there was 166 free agents still on the market.
Yeah. No, and I think on The Athletic, 7 of their top 8 haven't been signed.
Right.
Nobody, there's been, literally after Shohei Ohtani and Giancarlo
Right.
happened, there's been nothing.
Right.
Absolutely chicken scratch.
I mean, the Marlins
Nothing.
fucking sold everything off.
Yeah, they still got Ozuna, right?
No, they sold him off too.
They got rid of Ozuna?
Yeah, and they
I
got
forgot
rid of
that.
Yelich too. Yeah, everybody
Man.
on that team is gone.
Things have been so cold that I haven't even paid attention.
So Jake Arrieta, JD Martinez. JD Martinez scoffed at the Boston's 5-year, $125 million. Said that that's not fucking worth it. Well, you know what? Go fuck yourself, JD Martinez, because that's pretty much all you're going to find. Nobody wants anything to really do with you in the city of fucking Boston now. You pretty much already hung yourself out to dry without playing a single fucking inning. Because as soon as you're down, they're going to be like, oh, yeah, look at him. He didn't even want to be here. If he loses and he chokes in the playoffs, oh, he didn't want to be here. It is the worst fucking town to be in outside of New York. if you have a bad fucking attitude. He needs to call David Price and find out, hey, here's how you keep your fucking mouth shut, and you just come to Boston, you do your job, and that's it. I mean, it was, 4 or 5 years ago, Houston released him, said you're no good. He's bounced back. He's put together things. He's probably the best player still on the market.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Martinez was hitting, he was on fire.
Oh, yeah.
He was on fire.
Right.
And nobody wants him. This is not the way baseball goes.
Well, here's the thing. Here's
and
how
what is
baseball's
going
going
on?
to go right now. Is the steroid era really fucked things up because what happens is
you can't be good when you're 37 anymore.
Right, yeah. You can't be like Barry Bonds at 45 years old crushing home run records. You are pretty well, we're in this era where you have new GMs coming in and taking over who are going to pay players for production, not for what they're projecting. And
yeah,
so,
well, that's the thing is the problem is paying based on past performance and not based on projections.
Right.
As in, the analytics department said every single team has a robust team of six-figure analytics guys. They're all saying, no. Don't pay this guy who's been good for 10 years. Pay this guy who's about to be good for 10 years.
Right, yeah. You're paying for what you're going to do, not for who you were.
Right,
and
so the old
thing.
contracts of Tim Lincecum and, the old, all these, these 30-year-old players that get paid, that's never going to happen again.
Right.
This is a start. This is the first year, and we got to deal with that because this is the start of a new free agency in baseball.
I remember. I guess it was 2014. It was right off of Brian Wilson's second Tommy John stint, and the Dodgers signed him. He never really came around like he thought he was, and they ate his contract.
Right.
And people were fucking shocked by that.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, we would rather pay you to not be on the field than to be on the field.
Right.
So what
Well, here's a classic.
doing?
Yeah, here's a classic case, and is Ohtani. The whole reason he was so valued that we basically devoted an entire show, think of how much time was devoted to Shohei Ohtani, was because he could be signed on the cheap.
Right.
Because we know that we're going to get production out of him the next few years, and he's going to be a minor league contract, basically.
But that's the fucking problem in baseball right now is that there's this whole deal. I remember when Chris Bryant was finally coming up, and
Who has never had a contract, right?
No, he hasn't. He's not up yet.
No,
And
freaking
that's-
Chris Bryant, who's already had a productive career, already won a World Series, has never gotten paid.
Right.
Not one single year. What does he make? $200,000?
He's making
$3K?
He's making a little bit more than that.
Yeah, I mean, I could look it up, and it'll be under. Is it going to be under $1 million?
Nah, because they upped the rookie
Maybe $1
minimum.
million. Whatever.
No, but they held him.
Yeah, I'll
out
look it
so
up,
that
but
they
yeah.
could have more of a. They could have more.
Nah, that's mine. You can't have that, Beverly.
Oh my God, Corey made a friend named Beverly.
Chase, you made a friend too. Don't lie.
You haven't offended anyone. You made our day better.
Nah, we're good.
Hey, we're talking about baseball. That's a bunch of Mexicans and rednecks.
There are a bunch of Mexicans, a bunch of Dominicans, a bunch of Puerto Ricans.
The Puerto Ricans. Fuck the Puerto Ricans. They think they're better than everybody.
Quick,
But no,
tell us your opinion on Puerto Ricans.
Puerto Ricans. Just no Puerto Ricans. No. So back to baseball.
Yes, please.
The GMs, they held Chris Bryant off of the opening day roster so they could have another year of control. Because the way that the whole CBA and the whole way that rookies work is if you are so far into the season and they bring you up, that doesn't count as your rookie season. If you're not on the opening day roster, you're not a rookie. So that gives them a year of production going into a second season as your rookie season.
It says he's making $10 million.
Yeah, he's making $10 million now that he's in because that's what his contract's for. But his first season, he probably made the league minimum of like $1.5 million or $1 million. And that's the problem is the CBA, the players union, kind of fucked themselves on not playing for a higher rookie minimum.
Right.
So
here's what I'm looking at. Sorry, it's like 2015, 400,000.
Right.
And 2016, 600,000. 2017, 1 million. But then next year, 10 million. So that's really accelerating. And he could be arbitration eligible, and that's when he could really make some money. But Yeah, no, it's the whole thing with Gallo and with what's his face in New York.
Aaron Judge?
All the big dongs, right?
Right.
Yeah, guys like that are going to be. They're hitting 40 home runs a year, and getting paid shit.
Right. No, and
And
that's
so right, it's until what? It's until they're 25, 26, basically, that they're not going to make that contract. And everybody's getting productive better. Everybody's training regimen is better. You got specialized hitting schools that you can go to every off season, and that's people are getting better when they're 21 years old. They're being called up early, and Aaron Judge is a rookie, and he's basically in MVP consideration.
Oh no,
But he's not getting paid.
Players are getting bigger,
And that's how
faster.
it's absolutely, that's why there might be contract strife with the MLBPA.
Well, there is a thing
in a year or
where
two.
The MLBPA is saying that there may be collusion because a lot of the guys have figured out, hey, we're not paying these guys that have been proven. We're not giving out $150, $200 million contracts anymore because we fucked ourselves, and that's what they're saying. They're basically they've put themselves into a situation where we have to pay so much money. So what they're doing is holding out.
Yeah.
And these guys are like, hey, I'm not going to get to play this year. And they're like, how about this? How about we give you $7 million a year on a minor league contract with an invite going into camp?
Everybody, all the players and their agents. Agents obviously are working in the players' best interest, quote.
Right.
You can
Scott
see that
Boras
because we're
is
going
a
to have to
fucking
talk about
joke.
that. How all the players are still operating under the last 10, 20 years. The rules of that were, hey, you've been really good. You're a JD Martinez. You're a Jake Arrieta. You deserve 6 years for $120 million at a minimum.
Right.
That's the way that the rules have been. But then that's not the rules anymore. Like with that analytics department, everybody's saying everyone's getting the same feedback, and everyone's getting the same feedback that says, no, you shape Yu Darvish's contract so that he gets less money each year. Because the way the way Cowboys write their contracts, in a way a lot of teams used to write their contracts, they would backload it. Well, why do you backload a contract? Well, you say, oh, maybe the guy's going to get a little bit better, or we're just going to make it so like our contract situation is better right now, and we might just eat it later.
Right.
But no, look at Yu Darvish's contract. It declines in pay from like $22 million down to $18 million a year.
Well,
because we expect his production to decline.
You have to. It was nice to meet
Thanks.
you guys at Ron's place.
Yeah, everybody going crazy at Ron's place.
Here's the thing that I'm trying to say is basically what it is the new age GMs that are coming in are not going to do this anymore.
The new age is here. Let's
more,
just cut to the chase. The new age is here.
Right.
This is the way baseball is going to run.
There's no more Steinbrenners. There's no more of those guys.
We're not going to. No. And right. Even you had brought that up about how, the owners don't want to they had these bad contracts that effed them.
Right.
Well, baseball has a luxury cap. You can spend whatever you want to spend.
Right.
Right. But it's so what is causing strife and what is causing people to say to come out and argue that yes or no, there's collusion amongst the owners and GMs, is that the percentage of player salary for all of earnings has gone down percentage-wide. It used to be around 50%, but now it's around 42%. So, like in the NBA, that's contractually part of the union agreement, is that the player's salary has to be 50% of earnings. But in the MLB, that's not part of it. And so the owners have been paying less and less. Like the money is still there. And an owner can have a bad contract and eat it and have a high payroll and still be profitable. So that's the whole thing, is that it's making it look okay, like how profitable are we trying to be? But
here's the thing.
But we know it doesn't translate to wins necessarily, and that's why they're not going to do it.
Right. And here's how bad free agency has gotten this year. Is in Jupiter, Florida, Bo Porter is heading up a free agent camp.
Who's Bo Porter?
Bo Porter was the manager for the Astros. Kind of got kicked out before everything could really take off.
Got it.
He is going to oversee. It's in Bradenton, Florida. a free agent camp. Media will be closed off for it, so there won't be a lot of stuff going on. But it's basically almost like a situation where, like a combine,
Yeah.
to where these people are trying to get signed. These people are trying to, move on and get signed. You've got players like Jake Arrieta. Apparently, Jake Arrieta turned down a 6-year deal with the Cubs because it wasn't right for him.
Yeah, well, I bet he regrets that.
Right. Here's the thing going on back at home here in Dallas is we've got a group of scrubs going out to play the fucking outfield. We don't have pitching, so we can't really trade up. Brewers have 6 players sitting there. They're trying to find pitching that we could have an opportunity at. What have we done this year?
Yeah, the Orioles have 2 pitchers.
Right.
Like, it's just such a
We
weird...
have one. We have Cole Hamels.
Well, I mean, we signed Mike Minor and Doug
Okay, so
we got Martin Perez. We got
signed,
4.
Sorry, we have 2. We have 2 proven
4.
pitchers. Cole Hamels and the Big Sexy.
Yeah, Bartolo Colon's going to be number 5 starter for us. It's going to be lovely.
Dude, I am ready.
We are about to go out to the April games.
Yeah, Bibbins
Whenever Bartolo Colon gets on,
Bibbins
we are going.
Dirks is not even a fucking thing. Like at this point, it's all about Big Sexy coming to town. I was super
Yeah,
excited.
he's still got a...
But no, here's
still
the
part
thing:
of the
is they're
40.
signing these guys to these minor league contracts. They're not fucking minor league contracts.
Right.
Those guys are going to be on the opening day roster.
But it gives them the opportunity.
Yeah, it gives them the opportunity to sign them on the cheap.
Yeah,
and
well,
make the whole thing incentive based.
Yeah.
That's all this is.
Right, and to keep them down if it didn't work out for any stretch of the
Right.
time.
Yeah, it's like having a booty call. Like that is essentially what the minor league contract is a side piece or just a fucking friend with benefits. Like, hey, I'm going to put my dick in it, and if it feels real good, I'm going to keep you around. But if, you start getting clingy and all this other shit, and I have to, start paying for dinner, yeah, we're going to kick you back over to the friend zone. And that's basically what this minor league contract thing is for baseball.
Yeah.
Is we've got, a group of people who are like, hey, we need talent, but we're not going to pay for it.
Right.
And that's the whole problem that's happened. And I think it's going to start coming into even more of a weird situation with this whole tanking thing, which we'll get into here in a bit. But we'll get into that after we talk about our buddies over at Mitchell Bat Company. Go check out MitchellBatCo.com. They got some really cool stuff. They got hand-painted bats. They have some other stuff, merch, hats. Really cool trucker hat they've got right now. And they have a sale going on, so if you go and look at it, I believe their hats are on sale. They do the Ebbets Fields. Check out the one that's being uploaded for mine and Jeremy Mitchell's hour-long discussion about baseball, Hall of Fame, baseball movies, whatnot. It was the day that Corey was too busy for Chase.
Which is every day.
Chase really wanted a pod. I know, because I can't even get fucking Corey to answer something about T-shirt and trading cards. But anyways, so yeah, go check him out, MitchellBatCo.com. He's a really cool guy based out of Tennessee, but a lot of fun. So that's going to be the next thing that we talk about is there's 2 things that MLB is going to have to address, and one is pace of play and one is tanking. They are going to implement the 20-second shot clock or pitch clock or whatever. There's also word that they may try to implement a runner on second in the 10th inning, which I think is fucking stupid because you can't tell me that a game that starts at 1:15 or 12 o'clock here in Dallas and then you have a football game that starts at 12. The Cowboys game starts at 12. It's not over with till 3:15. That's about like a baseball game. I don't think it's one of those things where they're wanting to change the pace of play, but I don't think it's really what that entails. I don't think it's the pace of play that needs to change. It's more of the offense. So, I mean, who knows? In fucking 10 years, they'll probably only be able to throw fastballs, and the name of our show will be irrelevant. But that's one of the things they're talking about is pace of play. Manfred doesn't have a lot of pull with it. So the MLBPA is basically like, yeah, we're not really in support of that. So he may actually have to make that call on his own, which he does that. And that's going to be pitchforks and torches headed
Pitchers
to
aren't
New
gonna
York
go for
City.
that.
No, they're not going to be cool with it. But
No,
another
I
thing
mean they're gonna fight an umpire on the mound before they tell you. You
Right.
know, when you're sixth inning and it's a hot game in the middle of August.
right.
No, those
If I want to
pitchers.
take 20 fucking seconds.
Those pitchers are going to say "fuck you," and I'm going to give me a second. I'm
Right.
still here.
Right. No, and that's one thing they'll have to discuss. The other thing I feel like is coming up is tanking. There's a lot of teams right now that are in tank mode. So tank mode basically is where we're going to field a team that's not very good. We're going to lose a bunch of games, so we get a higher draft pick, and we're going to rebuild our team. It's very
It's
similar
prolific
to how,
in the NBA, and it's more effective in the NBA because you have 5 players and 1 star player can make or break you.
Right.
But the point of baseball, and we discussed this a lot over the last year, is that it's the ultimate team game. It's
Right.
27. We got 9 players. We got a pitching staff of about 10. We got 20
You got
players.
25 players.
It makes it. It's not about one guy. And so this is why tanking is a weird thing in baseball. Is
Tanking's
that
a weird
we're
thing.
talking about one Chris Bryant or one random Aaron Judge, and it's not going to necessarily put you in the World Series.
What it has done, here's where tanking in the major leagues has gotten to be a thing, is the Astros and the Cubs.
Yeah.
The Astros won last year, the Cubs won the year before. They were both bottom-feeding teams for a while. They ended
spent
up getting
about 2
players like
years.
Chris Bryant. They got players like Rizzo on their team. They've got Altuve, Correa. They've got all these guys that they've put together, all this talent. Javi Baez, all those guys. Baez. But they have those guys, as their core. They bring them up. They win.
Yeah.
Now, the problem with this idea is you're still 4 or 5 years out. Baseball
look
is
at
not
the-
a game where
look at the
you
White Sox.
sign. Yeah, look what we're looking at.
Yeah, look at
Are
think
they
about the
are they
White
moving or something?
Huh?
Are they moving or something?
No, think about the White Sox and the Marlins and the Rays and all these teams who do stay with a high draft pick bad team.
Right.
And then they never end up out of the cellar.
Yeah, the White Sox, though, do have that guy that they say is going to throw like 108 miles an hour.
It's
from
really
Mount
hit or
Pleasant.
miss. And
Right.
that's
It is.
there's
And
just
it's a
so many
horrible,
moving parts. So, your star player blows out his elbow.
Right. Here's the problem is in football, your draft pick, basically your first round draft pick, you want to be a game changer the first year in. Your second round, you want a solid starter.
Yeah, and
Baseball's
anything
very
after
different where you're still going to have to work up the system. There's not a lot of players in baseball that's coming out of high school or college ready to be playing on the big league team.
Right.
It's just not how it goes. So Ken Rosenthal works for The Athletic, which honestly, if you guys don't subscribe to The
everybody's
Athletic,
going over there.
The Athletic is amazing. The Athletic is picking up everybody that ESPN, Sports Illustrated, Fox is saying, hey, we're done. We're only doing video. We're only doing this. If you like good sports writing, The Athletic's where it's at.
You saw Bob Sermon over there?
I do.
And then there was someone new, I think Jason Stark.
Jason Stark's over there. Peter Gammons writes over there. They've just launched The Athletic Dallas. It's coming out this week. So that'll be a lot
Kavanaugh.
of fun. Yeah, Kavanaugh from 105.3 The Fan. The only really one that I like Mike Bassick, I guess, too.
No, right. It's going to be full of good content, but
Right.
just pick it up on Twitter,
Right,
whatever.
yeah.
Like,
But no, it's really
I don't
good
know.
articles. If you like reading articles and things like that, I subscribe to it. But no, Ken Rosenthal basically had a whole bunch of ideas on how to do this. And basically, you're